Hey everyone, it's Emmy Hall at TFL Car, and behind me I've got the 2015 Hyundai Genesis. Now it's not the 5.0, I was supposed to have that, but we had a little bit of a mix-up over at the oldie press fleet, so instead I've got this one. Now you may remember that I did a review of the 3.8 back in June, so we're gonna give you something a little bit different today. What is it? We'll find out coming up next on the Fast Lane Car. I decided to give you guys 3 of my likes and my dislikes of this Genesis. Now here's my first dislike. The lighting is over the top. For example, check out this taillight. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 LED bars. I mean, that's a little crazy. Here's something I like about this car. Do you hear any road noise? Do you hear any wind noise? No. You hear a little bit of engine noise, especially when I put my foot into it and get all of those 6 cylinders going to 311 horsepower and 293 pound-feet of torque. But the cabin is really quiet when it comes to road noise and wind noise. It's a little refreshing. My daily driver is pretty loud. So definitely quiet cabin is pretty awesome. And if you come up here, if I walk by the rearview mirror with the key fob, I get a little spill of light that says Hyundai Genesis. I mean, come on you guys, really? Like, I know what kind of car it is. You don't need to tell me when I walk out to the car at night. This car has a lot of nannies, okay? I've got all my parking sensors. I've got the backup camera, traction control. I have lane departure warning system, and I've got a blind spot detection system. Now, I've got my lane departure on. So basically what that means is that if I don't signal and I cross over the line, which it didn't do, I will get a little bit of haptic feedback on the steering wheel. Now, these lanes, the paint on these lanes is pretty far apart, so maybe it just isn't able to recognize it. Dislike number 2. Now this is super detail oriented, and I don't want to hear it from any of all y'all. Okay. I really love soda. Really love to have a soda when I'm driving. I'm not going to tell you who makes this soda because they have yet to reply to my sponsorship proposal, but let's just say it's Diet Mopter Flepter, okay? But when I put it into the cup holder, it's crooked. Now, it doesn't change the taste of the Diet Mopter Flepter, but still, this is a car that costs upwards of $40,000. I feel like my cup holder should at least hold my soda straight up and down. So one of the things I do like is that I can do a point of interest search, and I can do it verbally. So I just press that little button. Connecting. Come on.
Please say the name of the point of interest.
Okay, so it's really cold today, so I'm just thinking of a nice warm weather climate. So, San Felipe, Mexico. Come on, baby. All right, so she's searching. So if we went to San Felipe, we could go to the Bar Miramar, and we could have a nice cocktail while looking out over the water, and we could do some off-roading, and we could go to Percebu and go bowling. Those of you who know what Percebu and bowling is, that would be awesome. Connection error. What? This is quickly turning into something that I don't like. on these lanes is pretty far apart, so maybe it just isn't able to recognize it, because I could do this all day long on this street and I'm not getting any haptic feedback on the steering wheel at all. But out on regular streets, maybe where there's a double yellow line, I get a little bit of haptic feedback on the steering wheel when the camera in front senses that I've gone across the line. So A, that's a dislike because it's a nanny. B, is a dislike because, hello, it doesn't even work all the time. I'll also have lane departure warning system. Now, that will be when I'm driving along, I get a little, in my heads-up display, a little notification that I shouldn't change lanes. And I also get it in my side mirrors that I shouldn't change lanes. Now, here's the thing. It doesn't stop me from changing lanes. If I try to, I'll get a little alert. But you know, sometimes, especially when you're driving in the city, you just, like, I can't allow for the buffer zone that Hyundai wants me to have. I just can't do it. I have to fight my way in there. All right, let's try something easier.
Name of the point of interest.
Disneyland. It's got to know where Disneyland is, right? Come on, load those details. Disneyland Resort, there you go, 1313 Disneyland Drive. And then it plugs it right into your GPS. So while it didn't know where San Felipe was, at least it can get me to the happiest place on earth. So, you know, I understand why they do it in a car like this. I mean, it's a luxury car, it's a cruiser, it's very relaxing. It's all about a relaxed drive, not necessarily a sporting drive. But to me, they just seem to be over the top. If you can't tell that you can fit into a space when you're turning or when you're switching lanes, then maybe you shouldn't be driving. I can even turn off my parking sensors if I want to. So I can actually be a little bit more in control than maybe, I guess, the government wants me to be. The 2015 Hyundai Genesis 3.8 starts at $38,000, but we've got 3 option packages, which brings it up to $49,950. But there's a lot to like about it. So if you want to see our whole review, just go back, search Hyundai Genesis and Emmy Hall, and you'll find it right here on TFL Car. Other than that, thanks so much for joining us. Hey, round of applause! You can find us on all the social medias, and don't forget to go to tflcar.com for more news, views, and real-world reviews. We'll catch you next time. Bye.